That was really heavy. Pretty simple as far as when it comes down to what I'm going for with doing this. Always been a bigger fan of the older Batman comics than the newer ones like that. Particularly the 80s and the 90s, and a little bit of the early 2000s before DC did their overhaul. And I grew up right when Batman the Animated Series was peaking and was huge and new. So, being the young child that I was, I saw a Batman movie coming out, and I asked my dad to take me to it. We went to go see it, and my little mind was blown. Not expecting something that serious, like for animation. At the time it was right after the Keaton movie came out. I can't remember if it was Batman Returns or if it was the first Batman movie, but those things happened, and it came out and it addressed a lot of the past It was written in the comics, but nobody really gave it, never touched up on it. Particularly the Reaper storyline. Reaper storyline was very convoluted at the time. It was labeled as Batman Year 2. Todd McFarlane did Spawn and later Spider-Man, or rather Spider-Man and Spawn and, Image Comics. He was working for DC at the time, and he was given the opportunity to draw some Batman comics. So I believe that he did 3 of the 4 that took up the 4-part series of Batman Year 2, or called Fear the Reaper in some circles. So, Fear the Reaper was basically a villain dressed up as the Grim Reaper. He was in red leather with 2 giant sights on each hand, so sights and whatever. Curved blades attached to his hands, and he also had guns embedded into each of the curved blade hands. So, the story of the Reaper was that 20 years before Batman was a thing. So basically, in the gap between when the Reaper was around and Bruce's parents were killed, there was a vigilante named the Reaper who took care of crime. But he was like full-on vigilante, murdery, and everything else. So, you diehard Batman fans, or I'm a diehard Batman fan anyway, automatically your brain goes, "I'm gonna like that." That's what he did to Mike. So, I'm using a Nexu Knights chess piece to simulate that red leather that the Reaper wore. Mostly because that's how it was drawn in the comics. If you really give a shit, go ahead and check that out and just Google Batman Year 2 Fear the Reaper, and he'll show up. So the Reaper is, an aged vigilante at this point. He's pushing 50, maybe 60. He comes back to Gotham because his daughter is about to do some major life change stuff and commit her life to doing things for the good of others and yada yada. Rachel Caspian is her name. And of course she's friends with Leslie Tompkins, and Leslie Tompkins is Bruce's surrogate mother. So the two meet, and within 2 weeks Bruce is she's the one, yep, and decides to get married. Proposes to her, all this stuff, and he's still off being Batman every night. He's investigating these violent crimes that are happening, mostly to criminals, and all signs point to the Reaper coming back, and the Reaper, he was back. Old man Caspian came back and was not happy with how life was or anything like that. So, bad things started to happen to bad people. And, Bruce is investigating it all, and yada shmada, and, it leads him to pair up with the gang members, or rather the gangster families that are, in fact, being hunted by the Reaper at this point. That's not good. Bruce can't have that in his city. That's not the way the crime is supposed to be disposed of, because, Bruce is the final say on how justice is dispensed in his city. So, okay, that happens. So Bruce teams up with the gangsters. He, comes with some sort of plan where well, if you help me out here, I'll give you leeway in other places. And, shenanigans on both sides happen. Both sides are planning to betray the other. Commissioner Gordon loses his faith in Batman because Bruce is, he's working with the criminals. He's acting as protection so the Reaper can't get them and whatever. And, to stop the Reaper, Bruce is I must use a gun this one and only time. And it's revealed that in that comic, he kept the gun that killed his parents, murderers. And at the time, when you're a kid and you're reading this comic, you're like, oh man, that's awesome. But then when you become an adult, you're like, why didn't you just turn that into the police? Like, fingerprints were a thing back then. DNA was a thing back then. Why wouldn't he just be like, hey, here's the gun that, killed my parents? So, there's that. Or like, why didn't he ever use his detective skills later in life to be like, hey, this happened. I'm going to track this guy down via his gun that I've had. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that was retconned later on in the series, or later on in the books at least. I hope it was anyway, because like otherwise, world's greatest detective, huh? Been holding on to the gun that killed your parents for 20 years, but never thought to process that, huh? Like a detective would. So, shenanigans ensue. The mob decides that they need protection as well, so they're going to partner Batman up with somebody, and lo and behold, it's Joe Chill. So, Batman sees the guy that is, he's partnered up with, he has a flashback of how his parents died, and he's like, son of a bitch, it's that guy. So he's got to team up with this guy, take the Reaper down. Things go south. Things go really south. Police show up, the Reaper shows up, everything bad happens at this warehouse that they're at. Batman gets Joe Chill out of there. Life is good. And the next scene in the comic is a pretty dramatic one. Bruce is standing over Joe Chill. He's got the gun to kill his parents, and he's like, yeah. So at that point, he just leads Chill down like memory lane, and it's like, this, you recognize the street corner, yada shmada, and Joe Chill is like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, because I'm Joe Chill, and this is how writers wrote back then, like murdering a pretty dominant family like the Waynes and getting away with it. Pretty big deal. And so Bruce on the street decides to show off his identity. Like, well, you should, because I'm Bruce Wayne. And then Joe Chill is like, oh yeah, now I remember killing that prolific family. The joke is, the Reaper followed him this whole way, and like, it came down to pulling the trigger on Joe, and of course, Bruce, Batman, couldn't do it. So the Reaper does it. And he's like, this solves that pesky problem of him knowing your secret identity and telling people. Also, plot hooks. A crazy chase happens. They make it to a Wayne construction yard where the Wayne Tower is being built. A fight ensues. Caspian admits that he's wrong in the way that he was doing things as he's hanging over the ledge of the building. Bruce is holding on. It's like, let me pull you up, because I'm a good guy. We don't kill people, but I'll pull you up because that's what you do. And Caspian does the only thing that could happen in a comic book at this point in this era. He lets go of Bruce's hand. He falls and plummets and is better than dead. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. This person is dead. Holy crap, they're dead. And Bruce and Rachel Caspian break up, go their separate ways, and Rachel's like, well, I'm going to go with my original plan of joining the nunnery. So she's going to become a sister so that she can do sort of penance for what her father did. So that's cool. That happens. And Bruce is forever alone. Actually really loved this one, guys. This leg hitch doesn't work because there's a weird coloring off on it. I'm trying to show it on camera. Camera, nobody's really watching right now. I'm just going to lunatic talking to himself, but this is not. So that doesn't work with the legs that I want to work. I have to find a solid red leg piece such as this. And there's like a million people that have built this particular figure in question. Just seriously, Google Lego Reaper figure. I'm sure thousands will pop up, but whatever. So anyway, back to the original part of it. So Caspian's dead. Bruce Wayne is forever alone. Comic closes out with Batman looking over a building and thinking about his life, and instead of stopping all the crime that's happening at that exact moment. I don't know how I feel about this, but that's what we got so far. We're keeping the scrappies on there to indicate that he's got armor of some sort on. He's got a skull face because all villains in the 80s had a skull face. But leave me with that. So, fast forward to Batman the Animated Series, The Mask of the Phantasm. Skull-faced individual, giant Reaper claw on one hand, and, is bumping off mob bosses. Like aging mob bosses. Like guys that did stuff a long time ago, but now are just like trying to be retired. So, definitely vengeance, right? Totally vengeance. If you've seen the movie, great. If not, spoilers ahead. It turns out to be Andrea Beaumont, who was part of Bruce's life at one point in his past. Right when he got back from training, like a year, maybe a couple months after he got back from training, he met a woman, yada shmada, do all the things. Is it worth being Batman? This woman's like really happy. The death of my parents doesn't hurt as much anymore because now I have somebody to share my life with. You get the gist of it. He asks her to marry him. She tells him, of course, yes. Her father, who's an accountant or a businessman or does something with money, and is never quite clear. They're just like, he runs a financial institution. And that was it. That was all we ever got. He runs a financial institution. Hot. So, and it turns out the financial institution was just like him laundering money for the mob. And whatever. Like the worst money launderer ever because he invests the money and then loses the money and he has to pay them back. But like, on one hand, yeah, it's a risk for like legitimate businessmen people too. But on the other hand, people kill people for money and like, do horrible things. Why would you ever get in business with them? You kind of get what you deserve at this point, in my opinion. But whatever. So, of course, Andrea gets back to her home, and like that night, of course, is the night that the father is like, "We gotta get the hell out of here because I pissed off the mob." And, she says, "Well, I guess Bruce asked me to marry him. I want to say yes." And Smurfing. What is this? What the hell is that? Is someone watching? Nope. Hello, if you're there. I'm literally just breaking things and going on about things. I don't know where this head came from. I don't know if that's custom. I don't know if that's a thing. But, yeah. So, flash forward. Andrea comes back to Gotham to settle old accounts. Of course, she's mad at Bruce for no real reason. Which I don't understand. Hello, people that are apparently watching. My name's Jeff. I don't know who's watching or what have you, but I'm just putting together some Lego minifigures based on DC comics from the 80s and the DC animated film Mask of the Phantasm. Something you'd like to watch? Great. If not, okay. You're in the wrong place, I guess. I don't know what else to say there. right now I'm just trying to find the right thing to look for. Alrighty. So, anyway, we've got the Reaper completed. Mostly because of how he looks. I might lose that part. I'm not sure yet. But in the comics, he had a big billowy cape. And in Lego, I'm trying to be a purist about things. And just not use modified parts or pieces. Right now, I am trying to get the right head for Phantasm. Because explaining the movie to no one but a few people. So Mask of the Phantasm, Andrea comes back, hooks up with like a buddy of her father's that worked at his firm, and like she's mad at Bruce Wayne for some reason. It's never really been established. Like, okay, I'm sorry for asking you to marry me, and you saying yes, and then you left. I guess you could be mad at me? I don't really understand. So there's a whole convoluted thing there. Andrea knows that Bruce is Batman through magic and proper placement in earlier moments in the movie, which I'm not going to get into. And it's a cat and mouse game throughout the whole thing. Who's killing the mob? I know what we'll do. We'll hire our old driver and machine gun guy, that is now the Joker apparently, to investigate further for us. So he sets that up by killing the alpha target, which was the leader of said mob, sets up a video recorder and like a message or a two-way radio or whatever. And like, hey, you're not Batman. But, you'll be all over town and crazy explosions happen. And that building is set on fire. Andrea. And like, he was a 30-minute flashback that takes up most of the movie for no real reason. Hey, Bill. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. This is what I got so far, Big Bill. For the Phantasm, I'm not happy about the face. I'm trying to find a face that will work. I got a big bin of Lego here. Right? And I've got the Reaper, I think, down pat. I like his legs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But like, that's what I have to look for. There's like hats, heads, and hair in here. But I like the Reaper. The Reaper actually looks like the Reaper, which I'm pretty fan of. And here is a custom figure that you made me years ago. And a little cape, give him a different mask, and now he kind of looks like the Arkham Batman from the Arkham games. So I'm all about it. There you go. Still one of my favorite figures ever. Did a really good job on this. By the way, back in the day. Oop. So, sir, I have the perfect hand blade for Phantasm. It is the old school. No, that was Batman from the Justice League episode where they went to Nazi world, and he was leading the resistance in the present. Right. Yep. Like I said, sir, I'm a purist at heart, so I'm trying to keep it as pure as I can. I will look forward to the secondary market if I can find a happy substitute. I don't think I'm going to. Or I can bust out the paint and paint the face that I want on there, which is going to be a bitch. I think I did pretty good on this. Like, it's just a black body. Like, it's nothing crazy, but the legs are from a Master Wu, like from Ninjago. and then the armor part is from a Star Wars figure. And so, and the cape and the hood come from CMF. It's pretty good. It's nothing crazy or like groundbreaking, but look, Bill, it's the head everybody uses for Hush. The worst representation ever. I'm gonna make a Hush by using this. Sorry, this hurts my brain. Same. I hate that head. It's why I never made a custom Hush, because like there's no good enough substitute. Does that make sense? Like, could use one of these for the Phantasm. Fish head and Emperor Palpatine. The Phantasm's face on their mask is like so unique. It's basically a skull, and like trying to find the correct face for that, and like, it's just goddamn impossible unless I use what the Malfoy guy. That's what I'm thinking too, and I don't know if I have one or not. So that's what I'm looking for. Like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Because like, this isn't bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a placeholder for right now. I think I might have a black skull with white printing. I'm not 100%. So all I keep finding are like customizers' dreams, which are the black clone heads. You know? I could use that one. No? Phantasm 2047 or whatever far off future number you want to use. It says I have 3 people watching, but those other 2 people are not saying a goddamn thing, so I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's a hard maybe, if that. There we go. I could use one of those. I could use a bat face. I think that's from the Monster Hunter. No, that's from the CMF Batman, or Man-Bat. But we're not going to do that either, because it doesn't work. So, yeah, all those things are happening. So I guess I'm just going to dig through her head and be like, why aren't people watching this dynamite entertainment as I find a Lego head? Oh, I suppose I answered my own question. Yeah, like, there's a lot of options for it. I just have to find it. I'm not at a quandary, I guess, what to use. Because my immediate thought went to the black skull with the gray and white face printing on it. I don't have an Ultron figure. I think that's the running joke so far. Like, when we were customizing Steel and everybody else earlier, you guys were like, hey, just use an Ultron head. And it's like, I don't have that. Oh, awkward silence. So I've been trying to find like suitable replacements. And yeah, the CMF robot head would work. Again, I have to do it. It's weird how it just collects stuff. And dude, we have this now, apparently. There's a gun. I could use Ursula's head. No. Like another batch of clone heads and some more clone. Those aren't clone heads. It's a hard no. Alright. I feel like you're stifling my creativity, Bill. What the hell did I get? That's weird. Alright. I'm finding some of the fleshy heads that I've been looking for like ever. So that's kind of cool. Yes. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty head might work, but like, I like how our building styles are very different. Like, those are all valid suggestions, but my brain is like, but then I'd have to take the Statue of Liberty apart, and I don't want to do that. So, I will find an alternative to the alternative to the alternative. Hey, Robert, what's going on, my friend? We're just putting some minifigures today together. We built the Reaper from the 80s comic run of Batman that Todd McFarlane drew. And now we're working on a decent head for the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm. And I'm just chatting it up whilst I try to find the proper head. And so far, yeah, that's basically what I'm doing now, Bill. Fun. Always a good time. Ugh. Well, I mean, that's easy, Bill. That's like, cut off that. As soon as I find the lady head. Yeah, I'm going to use a very funny hairpiece for it, so just because more clone heads. So when Star Wars released the Mandalorian Battle Pack so many years ago, I bought like 5 of them. 5 of them. And now I have a bunch of useless Mandalorian heads. So that's cool. I think I should sell them just because, or like lasso their faces off and then give them to somebody that can use them like better than I could. We could go. Phantasm was really Dobby the whole time. Harry Potter. Defeat the Joker. I don't know. Do you? Because here, this is a lie. I'm gonna make her so angry. Perfect. Yeah. No. This is the perfect hair right here. We're not using that. I'm curious to know, like, yeah, exactly. Like, girl, got you covered. Just really go with a different face with that. More cone heads. Do like, I think I've used that for Gordon a couple of times. For, like, Police Commissioner Gordon, iteration number 372. This is such an ugly piece, like hair piece. It can clearly only be used for one thing and one thing only. No, that's not a plankton head. Right here, this is a CMF head. It came from the Cyclops monster. This is from a goblin monster that came in CMF. And this was a random Star Wars bounty hunter. I can't remember his name. I never got any of the SpongeBob sets. I was not that high and didn't really enjoy it, so I almost bought the superhero one because it was at our Walmart in Kingman for like 2 years. The bounty hunter could work? You really think so? Like, I don't know, bro. That's nice. I mean, people have been saying that SpongeBob is gay for a while, but I guess just not in the proper way. Yeah, see, it's a maybe. It's a hard maybe. No. Alright. So finally found the head I was looking for to use with this lady. Just good. Be like, look at this stuff. Look at these things. No. Not angry now? Okay. Just the dead inside look on her face. Wonder Woman could work, but then I'd have to take Wonder Woman apart, Bill. You see my problem here. Do I have a Wonder Woman? I have a Wonder Woman. What about this? Is this better? I think this is kind of better. I think that's the Winter Chicken Dinner for Unmasked. It's a lot better than Harry Potter. Absolutely right. And it actually fits with the armor and stuff too. So like, that's not bad actually. I kind of like that. Lois Lane, yeah. So I likes to keep all of my DC figures in one spot. There's a lot. So like, Man of Steel Wonder Woman is perfect except for the hair thing. The little thing she strapped on her head there. As far as face goes. I could do Talia. Actually, yeah, that would look great, actually. Committed a cardinal sin in my eyes, but that's okay. We're just gonna change some heads here, and everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. I'm so angry. For no reason. Bill, did you ever get why she was so angry, like at Bruce? Yeah. The last Poison Ivy I had was when she first came out. I never bought the Garfield Lions, Fire, whatever the hell his name is, Firefly's mech battle bot thing set that came with her, so womp womp. Ooh. So Lois Lane, Man of Steel with that hair, yeah, that would work. I finally found a decent spoiler head to go with my spoiler figure, so I was pretty happy about that. That head came from an X Unite set, so it was already printed eyes on there. In case you missed it. So there was no modifications needed. Yeah. No, I think I'm going to stick with this face, with the angry face that she has going right now, top from Talia. I think I'm going to stick with that. That resonates with me better. And I just like it more. Sorry, now I'm distracted by looking through figures. I wonder if I have... I can do that. Give me a second, I'm looking for shit. Look for all the stuff and things. Bill, who else was on the Suicide Squad? Donna doesn't count. She was in the film. But whatever. It was Harley Quinn and like 2 other people, whatever. Yeah. Anyway. I forgot that I had most of these figures. Forgot that I had a Deadshot. I've got both versions of Boomerang, young and old. Thanks, CMF Minifigures. Yeah. Bronze Tiger comes out. Bronze Tiger comes out this fall, actually. Finally getting him in minifigure form. So that's pretty cool. Just too bad that you have to spend $90 on set to get it. Which is basically going to be Brooklyn Quarter for me if I'm being 100%. They're going to some Teen Titan Go action. Oh. Anyway. I do have all the Harley Quinn was on it too. Yeah. What's happening? There we go. Okay. I think he was once. I don't know. The team changes its roster every week. There's no consistency ever. Yeah. I guess you're right about that. Did you ever watch the It's a good movie. You can't go wrong with it. You gotta make the Furiosa or what? I am. Ugh, that looks god awful. Alright. So what we've learned is I apparently don't have a black head with skull printing on it. Because I looked all over this goddamn box and I'm not finding it. I do have kind of a rare Spider-Man head. Like, yeah. You do you, brother. That's not a custom print. That's not a custom figure. That's an official Lego print. Yeah. Which is crazy. No? Maybe? Yeah, the little, like, there's a little blister pack that came with 3 figures. You got his buddy, the white version of Mary Jane that we're not going to get into right now because that's weird. And then Peter Parker or Spider-Man with, like, a couple of different head choices. And, yeah, like, it was like $10 at the Lego store, and I hopped all over that shit. I wish I would have bought 2, if I'm being 100%. Because I bought like 3 of the Nightmare Batman packs for the Parademons for the Daily Planet build that's happening slowly but surely. Yeah, it's really weird that they never made the black and red suit. Like, I don't get that either. Oh. Instead, they just like focus on. I mean, they're kid toys, so they focus on the kid stuff. Like, Spider-Man's got to have a vehicle with every set for some reason, and the Far From Home sets I liked because they were like, maybe this time he doesn't get a vehicle. You know, I'm like, HC suit. Oh, the Homecoming, the black one? The black suit? Homecoming, okay. The only, like, other Spider-Man set that I have, I've got the Scarlet Spider. He's, yeah, you're right. I got the Scarlet Spider. He's hanging out in the front room right now. But yeah, this is the like other figure we got in that pack. I'm like, I don't know who that's supposed to be. And then the Iron Spider came in the, which is not bad. Like, that suit's not bad. That came in the Avengers, not Endgame, but the other one. When I knock out Spider-Man PS4 one. Yeah, they did. Like, I have her somewhere. I think she's with the Hydra set. I kept that together and threw it in the closet and game in the Lego room. But like, it was really bizarre. I was like, what's happening here? You know, it didn't make any sense to me. So I just quietly was like, okay. You know, like, that's a very touchy subject. And you guys threw caution to the wind. Okay. That's cool, I guess. Then Miles Morales came in the Carnage set, however many years ago that was, and then he got released along with Spidey 2099 that I never got, that I missed out on. Maybe one day. Yeah, nice. Same. All right, so turns out what's her name? Yeah. So Black Widow shares the same hair as Man of Steel Lois Lane. Yes, that would be neat. Armor off. And she's still just so mad. But check this out. So I think I have it, Bill. I think I have it. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I prefer with the armor myself, but I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. That's good. So I've got a literal box of minifigures over here that are complete and just hang out. So there's that. Hi, Henry. So, fake Spider-Man goes with the fake Iron Spider that I have as well. I mean, I have decided to mention. That's not Lego. That can't be Lego unless they took a backseat. No, that's not Lego. Okay. Making sure. So I'll put my fake Spider-Man fakes that I spent some like $2 on up here. There we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave the armor on just to keep it simple for right now. Slip the air on Spidey. Why am I doing it? Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with both of these figures, actually. Right? So that's where we're at right now with all the things and stuff. And I think that's where I'm going to end it too. Kind of set out to do what I wanted to do and should be good to go. So thank you very much for joining me, Bill, and other people. Sorry about the start of this, where it's 30 minutes of me being quiet and just weird looking for parts. But doing some Batman facts today about how the Reaper and the Phantasm were basically the same character and how they were both just sort of stolen from the same idea. Only one was a girl, and Batman didn't sleep with her. And the other one was the grandpa of the girl that he was sleeping with. Still way to be a horrible human being, Bruce Wayne. But what do you expect from the 1%? Am I right? Alrighty. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for rewatching. If you decided to go, hey, Jeff finally did something with YouTube video we talked about. And hopefully we can turn this into a thing. Maybe Sundays I'll be doing some creative figures and we'll go from there. Either or. Thank you very much. You all have a wonderful day. I'm going to hit the end screen button and there's going to be a weird delay.